Do you remember how 25 years ago on New Year's Eve, we weren't sure if the world, what was going to happen with the world? There was Y2K. It was filled with uncertainty. There was fear. There was doubt. We didn't know what was going to happen when the clock struck midnight and suddenly computers all said 2000 instead of 1999. But it worked out fine. There was a lot of work that was done ahead of time to prepare for that. But it worked out fine in a time of uncertainty. Hope prevailed. And it makes me think about the Magi who take their journey in Matthew 2 to see Jesus. And they don't have certain knowledge. They go to Jerusalem and they ask questions. They know enough to get there, but they need some help along the way. And what's interesting is what happens and what doesn't happen in Jerusalem is that Herod reacts in fear when he hears the Magi say that they're coming to see the King of the Jews. And he gathers the chief priests and the scribes, the ones who know the most. They know enough to point the Magi to Bethlehem, but they don't go. I looked it up. It says it's 5 miles. It's a 2-hour walk. It's an afternoon. They don't go. I don't know if it's just they're wedded to their routine. They're indifferent. They have all of the head knowledge, but it doesn't translate into action. But the Magi go. And they go and they worship, and they find that they rejoice exceedingly with great joy. They undertook a journey, which means this long journey, which means that they had wealth because it was expensive to travel at the time. They had wealth, they had resources, but they found something at a manger. They found great joy that they couldn't find anywhere else, and it gave them light and hope in uncertain times. And so that's the challenge for us, is that when we are in uncertain times, and we certainly are, how do we find light and hope? How do we cling to one another? How do we cling to God? How do we cling to the good news of the gospel? The light that shines in the darkness, that the darkness shall not overcome. The gospel gives us a big enough hope to hold on to in uncertain times. And so may we, like the Magi, take the journey, take the next step, and stay faithful to the vision that is set before us of a light that conquers the darkness.